Are you planning a destination wedding in Florida?
Are you considering bringing your dog down with you? I'm Kelly.
I'm Alana.
We're the crazy dog ladies that started the wedding pet care industry.
And we've got everything you need to know about including your dog in your Florida destination wedding.
Okay,
let's just get into it.
Let's get into it. Our first tip for you is early planning. It's super important for any wedding, but especially if you're gonna have a destination wedding, to start planning things well in advance.
There are so many moving parts in a wedding. The logistics can become overwhelming even when you're getting married in your hometown. So when you're having travel, not just for you, but for all your guests, your friends and family, and hopefully your furry best friend too, there's a lot of things to consider. You want to make sure that you're really doing your research. I mean, transportation can be a huge issue for people, even locally. So you're talking about bringing your pet all the way to another city, figuring out how they're getting to and from the wedding, who's going to be watching them on all the downtime since you're not at home. So there are a lot of things to think about with the wedding, but then of course when you're bringing your pet out of town.
Our next tip is to choose a venue that is pet friendly. So a lot of the beaches in Florida are not necessarily pet friendly, so you want to make sure to check in on that, especially if you're going to have a beach ceremony. There's still potentially ways around it or other ways that you can include your dog, but that's just super important to check in on. And you also want to confirm that your venue allows pets on property. So sometimes they won't let them indoors, but they do let them on their outdoor property, which is still great. You can still make sure that they have a great day that way. But you just want to confirm these things ahead of time, make sure that everybody's on the same page. And of course, this is going to help you choose the perfect venue for what you're looking for.
That brings us right into our next tip, which is consider the weather, especially if you are not from Florida. The summer is very, very hot.
So hot.
We see a lot of couples that come down here from up north to get married thinking, oh, summer is wedding season. And while maybe it is almost everywhere else in the US, here in Florida, it's actually our slower season. So we're still doing weddings, but way less because it is just so hot outside for an outdoor wedding. So just something to consider. We see that a lot where maybe it is a venue where they're not allowed inside. You really need to make sure that, you're doing a smaller day with your dog because they can't be outside for long periods of time when it's 90, upwards of 100 degrees. The humidity is crazy here too, so just something to really be mindful of to keep your dog cool. We always bring tons of water, cooling mats, like little fans for them, and just make sure that you're planning the day accordingly if it will be in the summer here in Florida.
I would say pretty much June, July, August is what we're talking about here. Like those 3 months are definitely going to be really hot. And May, it still gets warm, but it's not as bad. In September, same thing. So if you are considering your wedding during those 3 months in Florida, like we said, just make sure that you're at least considering the weather when you're putting together your plans.
And they can still be a part of everything, but maybe they're not gonna sit through the whole ceremony on the beach. Maybe we're going back up to get indoors and then popping them in some photos. So again, just being super mindful of making sure they're staying cool. On top of the crazy heat here in Florida in the summer, there are also rain showers constantly. And sometimes you know they're coming, a lot of times you have no idea. It's still sunny out and you look behind you and it's black and pouring. So you always have to be prepared that there may need to be a rain backup plan. When you hire a professional company, we are prepared for that. We have towels, we have everything we need so that your dog can still be, we have little deodorizing spray if needed. Nobody needs a wet dog at a wedding. So we're super prepared for that, but something to definitely think about is that it rains a lot.
Yes. If you've heard the term sun shower and haven't seen one, then you very well may see one in Florida because it literally will be sunny and it's pouring out and it only lasts like 5 minutes.
Yep.
So it's just good to be prepared, even if it's not going to be a full-on rainy thunderstorm day, we may see some showers.
Yeah, and you want to make sure you have what you need for your dog in case it does rain.
Our next tip is to consider the time surrounding your wedding day. So you're coming in from out of town, you're probably not just coming in for your wedding day, and you may be hosting additional events surrounding your wedding, maybe a welcome dinner, a rehearsal dinner, and you may be staying in an Airbnb or a hotel, and you need to think about what is your dog going to be doing at those times.
For some people, their pet is very independent and used to being alone in a new space. But I know for my dog, he could never be in a hotel room or somewhere like that. He has too much anxiety. I would not trust him. I'd be worried the whole time. So in that situation, you're gonna need somebody there that's able to take care of them. So that's something that we offer. We realized that that was completely missing from the market. While of course we specialize in our wedding pet care, our special event pet care, there really isn't hotel pet sitting or Airbnb pet sitting. And that's such a unique service where you're not at home, so you don't have your normal pet sitter, who's gonna come to this new environment to watch your dog. So we do always tie it in with the event. We don't just offer hotel pet sitting, but when it's around your wedding, if you're booking us for that event, we absolutely offer that additional pet care. So sometimes, you know, if someone's coming in, we've had an entire week where we're staying at this beach hotel with this dog, just having the best time, taking them for walks, going to explore while they're, you know, doing a day trip out to Disney to enjoy Orlando, or maybe just even going to lunch with some friends in town, so that anytime they were leaving, they knew we would be there to make sure that their dog is not alone in the room and that we're there to kind of take care of them, feed them dinner, whatever they need. So that's a really big piece when you're having a destination wedding, is just thinking about if your dog is going to be okay for all the in and out and craziness of the wedding week, or if you think you're going to need someone on site to kind of help out and fill the gaps.
Yeah, exactly. And in addition to that, if you are going to be hosting additional events like a welcome party, a rehearsal dinner, we can absolutely help out with the care of your dog during those times.
So the other main logistics to really think through is transportation. Again, you're in a new place, so you may or may not have someone that's willing to pick your dog up, bring them to the venue, bring them back home or to the hotel, and then having a person that's just in charge of your dog. Because like we kind of touched on, they're in a new environment, it's all new for them, you've got a lot of moving pieces since you're here from out of town. So making sure that you have someone, whether it's a professional wedding pet care company like us, or a friend or family member that you trust that is willing to kind of focus on your dog versus being completely present. If you have someone like that, just making sure that somebody is fully focused on your pup so that they're able to have the best day ever too and get the love and attention that they deserve.
And finally, our last recommendation is to make sure that you're checking out reviews for your vendors. So you're planning a destination wedding, you may not be able to meet in person with your vendors, so it's really important to check out your reviews online. You can always check in with your venue or your planner. They probably have vendor recommendations they can offer you, just to make sure that you're going with a reputable vendor that is familiar with the area and is going to make sure that you have the best day ever.
So that's all of our tips and recommendations on planning your Florida destination wedding. It's literally pouring right now and it was just sunshine beautiful a couple minutes ago, so
Amazing.
Florida being Florida.
I hope that you found these tips valuable and that you are excited for your Florida destination wedding. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to help, offer any advice that we have. You can comment below, make sure that you like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.
Bye.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Alana.
Why did I wave? And we have every...
Are we saying it together or are you just saying it?
I don't know.
Here's what you
I'm
do.
Kelly, I'm Alana. We have everything you need to know, including your dog, Florida destination wedding.
Just a mouthful. I can't do it together, it's too many
It's
words.
too many words.
Ah!
We've got 3 really important tips for you, and then... I got it, just wait. We have 3 great tips for... and then we are also...
Oh boy.
What was yours? This is the worst.
It's time! I love it. A lot of...
Ah.
Rowdy, you moved our freaking camera! Rude!
You should be giving me more carrots. That's not food, it's a laptop.
Brains are not in it.
It's not here, but you know what, I'm gonna try.
We're gonna keep trying.
I feel like I'm sweating so much.
I am
It's real hot here in Florida, okay?
So hot,
It's
believe us.
May. What's going to happen at night? What am I saying about that? Is it hot here or is this lamp? We hope that you found these tips valuable and that you are excited for your event.
And we're so glad that you watched this video. Thanks for being here. Peace. And that's all I have to say about that.
That's it.
Thanks for joining us.